While I appreciate the time spent by my opponent to provide information regarding her thoughts on the possible societal effects of a tax policy on sugary drinks, I do understand the topic at hand is if sugary drinks should be sold in primary and secondary schools because, as pointed out by my opponent, they are related to the current obesity epidemic. As can be seen by the fact that I did not provide a minor alternative until the last minute or so of my video. Instead, I spent my time communicating my critics and beliefs of what I thought is wrong with my opponent's proposition and explain why she should not get an affirmative vote. However, she attacked me from the start and used a minor detail of my overall argument as the basis for her biased and incoherent argument against me. She provided background information from a cited source, but one that is based on the biased opinions of its writers, who are people who strongly lobby on the behalf of the fast food industry. I do not believe her information is exactly of golden standard, but further, my opponent failed to realize or address the fact that, as my criticism pointed out before, her proposition is one that has already shown to be of very little effectiveness, and she did not even consider what I said about her shaky policy making a bad field for the other possible policies with better results. However, I would now like to point out yet another reason why my opponent should certainly not receive an affirmative vote. Around the 2 minute mark of my opponent's rebuttal, she asks me directly why would governments enact state or federal laws to ban sugary drinks and prohibit kids from getting them there. But right after that, she went back to her main point and stated that schools should simply not sell sugary drinks, but students should have the option to bring them or not. This doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't matter if it's the school, the district, the state, or Congress itself making a ban on the sale of sugary drinks or any product in a specific environment like primary and secondary schools. Restrictions restrict the free choice of the population no matter what. She tried to criticize me even though she was the only one to propose an end to the sale of the sugary drinks in schools, so she actually pointed out bad things about her own argument. And to add to this, her initial and continuing argument and intentions to stop the sale of sugary drinks in schools in order to have positive effects towards the health of our youth is also incoherent as related to her own sources of information. Using her sources, mainly the one from the LA Times, which she apparently strongly agrees with, my opponent argued that decreased consumption of sugary drinks does not even have a significant effect on weight loss. If that's the case, then how at all can she make the argument to stop selling sugary drinks in schools based on the fact that they'll help towards obesity? Her cited sources contradict herself. I still believe it is important that the attempts made against such a powerful and devastating epidemic be done in a way that will actually provide solutions and changes to the current condition, instead of remaining stagnant and not improving the status quo. An affirmative vote should not be given to a policy that's so similar to ones that have already shown to be minimally effective at best. But more importantly, a yes vote should not be granted to a proposition that is presented in such an incoherent and biased manner as was done by my opponent, especially not one with evident contradictions within the argument and the supporting proof used for it.